Hello there, welcome back to the channel. Well, I'm on the road and I've decided to stop over, grab a coffee and just come down to this little location here on the beach. I'm on my way today to the Bay of Fires and I'm planning on spending probably a couple of days over in that part of Tasmania. And there's beautiful scenery over there. Now, I've been there before, but I haven't spent a whole lot of time there. So that's my intention today. The weather's actually quite warm. It's quite mild indeed for this time of year. But I think as I travel further south on my journey around Tasmania, that is going to change. So I'll just take whatever comes. But in the meantime, I'm just going to enjoy this cup of coffee. I talk about this a lot, but you know, just sitting here and contemplating and meditating on life and on nature is a great way of filling my creative tank. And I suggest you all have a go at it. Don't just spend all your time rushing around taking photos. Just come and sit down in a place like this. I'll tell you what, it's a good way to recharge the batteries. And to be honest, that's what this trip for me is all about. Well, that should keep me going for a little bit longer. I'm now back on the road, jump in the car, heading off to St Helens. Let's go. Well, I made my way back to St Helens, and this is almost the exact spot I was at a couple of years ago when I was at this town. It's a beautiful little place, but I'm not staying here for very long. I'm actually moving up the coast to the Bay of Fires. Now, last time I was here, I went to Eddystone Point, and you may remember I shot the Eddystone Point lighthouse, and that was a fantastic adventure, but not going up that far. I'm going a little bit around underneath the Eddystone lighthouse. I'm going to have a look around up there, and I'm also probably going to have a look south of here, so down the coast down that way. So the weather's closing in. It looks like there's rain down there, down to the south, a little bit of rain over to the west as well. So I'm not too sure what I'm going to get, but I'll just wait it out and see what comes of it. Well, I've just pulled into the Sloop Reef camping area, and this is where I'm planning on staying the night. Just over there is the ocean. This is the world famous Bay of Fires area, and just looking out, I'm going to show you in a minute, but there's some beautiful rocks out there and the ocean is coming in, so the high tide is in about 3 or 4 hours. So I'll just have a look and see what the lay of the land looks like. The weather, I don't know, there's a little bit of blue sky, so I might get something tonight. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Wow, this is just magnificent. I mean, just have a look at this landscape here. There's these boulders everywhere, waves crashing in, and I think they're getting closer. So yeah, definitely the tide is coming in. So I'm going to keep an eye on that. But it is just so beautiful down here. I can see quite a few compositions that I'd be really keen to shoot. That's the eastern direction over there. So the Milky Way core is going to come up over the top of those rocks over there. I can also get over there. There's another pinnacle, if you like, over there. So I'll look at all of these for compositions and scope it out and see how we go tonight. So I've just been trying to find a way around to this little area here. I think I may have found it because I've got to negotiate the high tide. It's not there yet, but I know it's going to get further up. So there is a pathway down here, just a bit hard to see, but it's overgrown. This is an area I want to shoot over here for sure. So beautiful, great view here. Wow, there are just so many great compositions here. I am absolutely spoilt for choice. So later on, I'm going to try and shoot as many of these as I possibly can. It all depends on the weather. I'm wrapped, there's a bit of blue sky around at the moment. Quite a lot of mist on the horizon, but I think that's pretty common for these ocean scenes. Oh man, this is great. The further I look around the headland here, the more I'm seeing. So there's going to be heaps and heaps of great compositions here for sure. Okay, so I've got a great little spot here for my camp tonight. Not very far from the water, which is just over there. I've been talking to a couple of the locals here, and they've given me some great confidence. It's a great spot for shooting sunrise here. That's of course assuming there's good cloud cover and everything else, and it also assumes that I'm out of bed. Who knows what's going to happen there? But in the meantime, I'm going to rustle up something to eat and settle in here for the night. Okay, now one of my subscribers to my channel, Spence Ford from Canada, sent me this food, dried camp food, some time ago, and I've been getting into it. Spence, thanks so much. Tonight I'm having turkey with rice and gravy. So I'm going to cook that up, have a bit of a meal here. Look, there's nobody else around. I'm the only one here, except for the mosquitoes. Oh man, they are absolutely everywhere. Who invited them? Okay, anyway, let's get into it. Now, one thing I do want to show you is this cool little invention I came up with using a jet boil. Now, I use a jet boil, which is fantastic for cooking and boiling water and everything else, but oftentimes there's nowhere to put it, so it sits on the ground or something. So what I decided to do was to put a tripod foot on the bottom of the plate and simply mount it on a tripod, just like that, on a ball head. So I can put it at any height that I need it to be, get it nice and level, and it's up at a comfortable height. I don't need a table. Isn't that awesome? Well, here I am sitting in the car because there's not one star to be seen out there. And, well, I don't know, we mightn't see any for the whole night. So I could well be relegated to just sitting here listening to the football all night, which is okay to some degree because my team is playing, but even so, I'd love to be out there shooting that bay out there. It's just beautiful. I did set up a day to night time lapse, it's still going actually. I don't hold any great hopes that it's going to be anything great because, well, there's no stars, so I don't know what it's going to be looking at right now. It's as black as anything out there, so anyway, we'll wait and see. So if the stars clear, I'll get out there. If not, well, I'll probably see you in the morning. Okay, mosquitoes. They're in the car. Man, oh man. Well, good morning. And I've just come up here from well, attempting to shoot some seascapes down here. Gorgeous area for that. So how did I go last night? Well, suffice to say that I listened to nearly all of the football game. We got smashed by the opposition, so that was no good. But you know, what I decided to do in the last quarter, because, well, I didn't want to listen to it, I came back out here. It was thick cloud cover for the whole night. But what I decided, I'd just try something a little bit different. So I set my camera to some ultra long exposures, like 1 minute, 2 minute shutter speeds. And there was no ambient light. Well, there's a couple of houses up on the hill, but virtually no ambient light at all. And so I just experimented. No stars in the sky, but a little bit of wispy cloud I could capture. And I'm hoping that some of these images come up okay. And so that comes to the end of another night's shooting, day shooting as well. I really hope you enjoyed some of those experiences and those images along the way. I'm going to continue my journey, so stick with me. Thanks very much for watching. Love you to subscribe to the channel, or even give us a thumbs up and a tick down below, comment, whatever. I always enjoy that. So until I see you in the next one, you have a fantastic week.